You know, we've been following the story of this person that got killed on a movie set, and it was by an accidental discharge of a gun. And it was in Santa Fe, New Mexico. They've stopped filming out of respect to this. I think it was an actress that was shot. Cinematographer. Okay. That was shot. And Crozier, is that true? I mean, the actor holding the gun?
Apparently, he was the one that was holding the gun when there was an accidental discharge of the gun.
Alec Baldwin? Is that right?
2 people were shot, apparently.
Oh, my God. Man.
The cinematographer and the director was injured.
Here's some breaking news on it.
We begin with breaking news.
And we continue to follow that breaking news on a movie set near Santa Fe.
We know an accident on set has killed one person and injured another. Brianna Albizo is live again for us at the Bonanza Creek Ranch. And Brianna, the Santa Fe County Sheriff's Office gave an update less than a half an hour ago.
Absolutely, Doug and Shelley. As you mentioned, one person has died on set. According to the Santa Fe County deputies, they were called to the ranch just before 2 this afternoon. Now, once they arrived, they found 2 people shot during the filming of a scene on set of the Western movie Rust. Investigators say the scene involved the use of a gun when it was then shot. A 42-year-old woman was airlifted to a nearby hospital. She later died. A 42-year-old man was also taken to a hospital by ambulance. He is currently receiving emergency care. Now, investigators are still working to learn what all happened. Production has since halted for now.
All right. Now, this is what happened here. According to this website here, KOAT.com, I think that's the local ABC affiliate in New Mexico. Actor Alec Baldwin has been named the shooter in the shooting that killed one and injured another on the set of Rust in Santa Fe, New Mexico. Here's what we know. What happened? The investigators say Alec Baldwin discharged a prop firearm on set of the film, hitting 2 crew members. According to a statement, one of the film's producers, there was an incident involving the misfire of a prop gun with blanks. The Santa Fe County deputies say 42-year-old director photographer, I don't want to say the name yet because I don't know if the family's been notified, but the 48-year-old director as well. And people know, I guess, who the director is, Joel Souza. You could probably look that up, but I don't want to say the director photographer's name yet. God only knows who's listening. Anyway, they were both shot in the incident, and the woman was rushed by airlifted by air ambulance to Albuquerque, where she died from her injuries. The director was taken to Christ St. Vincent Regional Medical Center in Santa Fe, where he's being treated for his injuries. The shooting happened at the Bonanza Creek Ranch in Santa Fe, a popular filming location that has been the site of movies and TV series for over 60 years. The Rust started filming this month at the ranch. Rust is a Western movie set in the 1880s, according to IMDb. And in it, it's a longtime fugitive played by Alec Baldwin, along with his estranged 13-year-old grandson. They're on the run from the law. In addition to Baldwin, the film also stars Travis Fimmel. I don't know who that is. And in 2016, this location was the site of a stabbing involving 2 coworkers. And I don't know if charges are going to be filed, right? Maybe not against Alec Baldwin, but maybe who gave him the prop gun. At this time, there have been no charges filed, but deputies say they're investigating. The investigation is ongoing. Man, oh man. This Alec Baldwin will be changed forever over an incident like that. You know, you're an actor on a set. You fire what you think is a prop gun loaded with blanks, and it kills a woman and injures the director. Oh, my God. I mean, that is a horrible story. That's just breaking news, isn't it, Crozier? I mean,
yes,
we knew that there was a shooting, but we didn't know Alec Baldwin was holding the gun.
Yeah.
I'm surprised they were able to keep it on the down low for that long.
Well, they're out in the middle of nowhere.
Yeah.
It look like from the shots with what I've seen overhead.
Yeah, but man, oh man, that is a huge, huge story in Los Angeles. I imagine, right after the Dodger, story on the local news, it will be the lead story. This is a company town. Everybody knows Alec Baldwin. Most people in Hollywood know somebody who's in the business or they're in the business themselves. And this is a horrible, horrible tragedy. that's happened on the set of Rust. If you're just joining us, Alec Baldwin was holding a prop gun, which he thought was loaded with blanks. It wasn't. It had a live round in it. It was discharged. A woman was killed. Director of photography, right? And if you're a director of photography on an Alec Baldwin movie, you've really gone up the ranks. You're one of the elites, one of the top, one of the on the A list. And so is the director. And the director is in the hospital, and the director of photography has died from her injuries. Oh, boy. All right, we'll try to get some more information on this. This is a horrible, horrible story. On another note here, the Dodgers have hit a home run, and they're up 7-2 in the 7th inning. So we're keeping an eye on both of these stories. But, man, Alec Baldwin, I'd be surprised if Alec Baldwin continues with that movie, right? I mean, he just has to be shaken to his core. I'm sure he was friends with the director and the director of photography. He must be going through hell. I'm sure obviously the family of the director of photography, they're also going through a living hell. And I can't imagine that he returns to the set and can act and continue working on this movie. I just can't imagine, right? I mean, can you imagine, put yourself in that position where you accidentally kill somebody at work and then you can go back and continue your job? It's nearly impossible to do. Boy, oh boy. All right, so we're keeping on that story. A huge story coming out of New Mexico that Alec Baldwin was holding the gun and I believe discharged the gun that killed the director of photography and wounded the director. And there's pictures of him, I believe, Bellio, shortly or immediately after it happened, those photos were taken?
It certainly appears to be. There's nothing concrete that says that's what it was, but he looks like he's extremely distraught and bending over and looks very upset.
And that's on our Twitter. People want to look at that?
Yeah, it's the first story on @Conway Show on Twitter.
A horrible story coming out of New Mexico. It happened today, I believe, right? And for a long time, nobody knew, even Alec Baldwin was involved with the movie. And then turns out Alec Baldwin was holding the gun that killed the director of photography and wounded the director. So that's a major, major story. And, it's not impossible, but there may be charges, for carelessness with a weapon. I don't know what the local, charges.
Usually negligence.
Yeah, negligence with a firearm, yeah. And when somebody dies like that, I mean, that's going to start a huge investigation. They're going to interview everybody on the set. They're going to interview everybody who touched that gun. And maybe if it was like a low budget movie, maybe they just hired a local guy who's good at, with guns, and they trusted him. And somehow, shrapnel got into that round, or it was a live round.
The packing is what it can kill you. Like the two that have been killed before, like John Eric Hexum. It was nothing but packing that was in the barrel when he put it next to his head. Yeah.
Wow.
They said it still pushes that projectile forward when it has that gunpowder.
Yeah,
it's just a softer. It's just not a bullet. It's usually plastic or like cotton or something like that.
Oh, I see. You mean to keep the gunpowder down, they needed something in there to stop it.
Right. That's just the packing to keep the gunpowder to make the firing happen.
I see.
So it's not a bullet, but it's like cotton or plastic.
But man, with CGI nowadays and sound effects and all that stuff, I don't think there's any real reason to have live rounds on set anymore. And this might, start legislation. You could easily put a gun that just, that basically discharges nothing and do it all in special effects. But it must have been a low budget movie where the guy handling the gun was probably not, on the A list in Hollywood and known for that. Maybe just a local guy.
Let me ask you a question. As far as like these two pictures that we have up on our Twitter of Alec Baldwin, it looks like, and we don't have any sort of confirmation that it's him after the shooting, but he's bent over at one point, hands on his knees on the side of the road, and the other one he's on his phone. If that is, in fact, after the fact of this thing happening, could you do something like that? Take that picture? Like
no,
in that moment?
Yeah. You know what? I think that camera, you know what? I bet you the camera may have been rolling.
No. I'm talking about after the fact.
Right, but I'm saying that could be like, everyone drops what they're doing and the camera keeps rolling and it caught him doing that. That's possible. Although you're right, if it was the photographer on the set,
These just look like cell phone pics.
oh, maybe it is a cell phone pic.
Yeah,
No,
'cause
but
these
see,
are-
but the quality of that photo looks sensational.
Yeah.
That's why I think it's film. I think the camera kept rolling and they caught him on camera. The camera just happened to accidentally catch him. But it looks like one of those photos, and you can see him at Conway Show on Twitter. It looks like the one where he's bending over looks like he just thrown up or he's about to throw up.
Mm.
And another one, he's either on his cell phone or he's got money, prop money or something.
That looks
But-
like his mask
Oh, his mask.
that's in his hand. Is that what you're
Oh, I
referring
see.
to?
Yeah,
That's
okay.
his mask.
All right, that might be his mask. You're right. But you can see him on Twitter, and this is just breaking news. This happened just literally, an hour or so ago that people found out that this story was bigger than first reported, and Alec Baldwin was holding the weapon that killed a woman, the director of photography, and wounded the director on the set. All right, we'll keep an eye on that. That story is going to be the lead story on all the newscasts tonight.